even want to borrow sugar or even ketchup. You want to borrow my car? Hell no.
Welcome to another episode of It Couldn't Be Me. Today we got a big episode. You
gotta try your best not to dick ride.
Kung Fu Kenny, Kendrick motherfucking Lamar done dropped the motherfucking track back. How we feeling about it? Let's just get straight into it.
I thought the shit was good.
Elaborate.
I thought it was fire. I thought what I liked first and foremost was that it was not on any type of like cryptic subliminal type ass shit. It was like he came straight for the neck.
Dropped that nigga name too.
Yep. So I was like, that already impressed me personally. And nigga, we still breaking down the fucking lyrics.
Hey, Rap Genius done dissected. They done dissected every line in the song. Every line in the song.
I thought it was good personally. I thought it was a good track. I guess we should just, based off of that, I mean, we should say, okay, cause now it's one. Drake dropped one. Kendrick dropped one. So now who's up? Who won that round?
I mean, I think Kendrick won the first round, and that's not even like, I'm not even meat riding because, like I said, I'm biased. I'm not biased to any of them. But if Cole was in this, we'd be talking about him. But to the two, I like them equally, I would say. But I would say Kendrick's up because of he actually made a song and it was directed just to one person. Drake made a song directed to mad people.
I feel like he had to do that though.
No, he had to, but that's why he's not up, because he had to do that. If he was only going at Kendrick, I think we could actually debate who's up. But since he didn't really make an official song directly to him, like just talking about him specifically, I think Kendrick has the one up on him.
Okay.
Now the next song,
Okay.
The next song is going to be more evenly judged because now they're evenly, like the whole song is going to be about Kendrick, unless he wants to talk about Ross, which I don't think he's going to respond.
Yeah. I mean, he might shoot him astray, but there's no way he's gonna create a whole diss song about that nigga.
Nah,
at all.
Nah, I don't see it. But this song that Kendrick dropped, nigga, that was a bomb. Nigga, like that was fire because of everything about it was fire.
Yeah, that was different though, just because that wasn't like, I didn't even consider that like as much of a diss as it was to him just kind of taking some shots. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It wasn't a diss, but god damn, bro,
I just don't know what I'm really trying to figure out is if this is personal. Like how personal it is, because what did Kendrick say in the shit? He was like, this is a friendly fade.
He said it's a friendly fade. And then he said
I think he was like, we don't gotta get personal or some shit he said like that. Like I don't know.
I mean, to me, my overview of this whole song, I fuck with the song. Like at first, when I first heard it, I was like, okay, this is cool. And like, if you weren't listening for lyrics, you'd be like, bro, turn this shit off. Like that's how I felt. If you weren't listening for like the actual lyrics of what he's saying, you just listen for a song, you'd be like, bro, this shit trash.
Yes, because I got two. This is the thing that I keep saying about this shit, bro. We heard what Kendrick just dropped. He can't win regardless though, because Drake has the females.
He won't win to the mainstream audience. He'll win to the people that actually follow rap.
Yes, I've talked to two different women about this, and they're like, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, of course you don't fucking like it. It's not palatable for the casual hip hop listener.
My mom liked it. I broke the lyrics down as I was playing it for her. She was like,
my mom would probably like it.
My mom was in that bitch laughing. Bro, my favorite line in this shit was, he said, he was like, when you see Sexy Red, you think you see two bad bitches.
Nah, that shit was funny.
He was like, you probably popping ass with him.
Nah, he talking shit.
Hey, but that only goes to the rumor of what I've been saying for years.
What, that Drake is gay?
Yes. Now, whether it may be true or not. But, bro, I've always been the one to advocate, like, yo, this nigga kind of sus. Like, besides the nails and shit, nigga, we've heard rumors of, like, this nigga letting transgender people in his parties. Which is not saying nothing wrong, but that is something wrong with that when you got a bunch of bad bitches in a party and then you got people that clearly are of no statute. Or
I haven't quite really heard that.
It was a while ago. But not to mention, you ain't never seen a nigga with a girlfriend He got a baby mama that's a porn star.
Okay.
Or whatever the fuck. But like besides that,
wouldn't that
he don't got it
even more?
No, that's an accident. That means he was trying to experiment. I don't know.
He was trying to experiment with the girl?
No, he was trying to experiment like, damn, do I really like girls? Like, nigga, I don't know.
Listen, I think Drake, I like Kendrick's diss more than Drake's. But one thing I will not say is Drake is gay.
I mean, Kendrick made 2 references towards it. That was one. The other one was earlier.
I think he's calling him a bitch just because he's like, yo, you're a bitch. I don't think he's saying anything about him being gay, though.
I don't know.
That's such an easy thing to say. Oh, he's gay. I don't fucking know. I never buy into that shit. I'm just like, because niggas will call each other gay all fucking day. Okay. So, but I've only seen Drake with women. So, I mean, I'm never going to put gay on a nigga unless I actually see some suspect shit. Now, we can talk about the Tiger shit. I've heard a lot of shit online about that from multiple different people over years. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But you talking about one thing that you heard about some Drake having a trans person in his party, not even like in his bedroom, in a party some years ago.
Yeah, you never know. Hey, shit. I don't know. But all I know is, besides that, bro, Kendrick said so much. Like, he brought up his dad, like one of the lines that I heard Act talking about yesterday. He was reading the line. He's like, "What the fuck do you mean? His daddy's a shooter." He was talking about He was talking about Birdman.
That's what he was talking about.
He was talking about Birdman because Birdman a shooter, and then he want to be Junior, and he's talking about Jay Prince Jr. because he wants to be Jay Prince Jr.
I was wondering who he was talking about when he said that.
That's what he was talking about.
Okay. That makes more sense now. I thought he was talking about his dad. I was like, his dad was a shooter. I was like, I thought his dad grew up like a singer. He's
talking about Birdman. And then he was talking about Jay Prince Jr.
Well, yeah, because he's really close with him and shit. Yeah, True that. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I mean, the whole thing is like, you're gonna have to break down. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to break down. Because me, as a avid hip hop listener, even I'm like, fuck. So I can't expect just someone who's like, just looking at this beef just from like an outside looking in type of optic. They hear that shit and they're like, wait, nigga, what? It's like they're not even comprehending all the shit that he's saying, let alone like they're not going through the hoops of looking it up to confirm it. Because remember we just looked up some shit earlier and I was like, oh
yeah,
fuck.
I told you that shit didn't make no motherfucking sense to me. I was like, how the fuck did you come up with this shit?
Yeah, talking about the line, what do you say?
The AI the Six Senses line.
Yeah. I have the shit right here.
That shit's crazy. I'm like, yo, how the fuck do you come up with this? Then he was getting at the whole point of Drake and like the race thing multiple times, like pretty much that he had Tommy Hilfiger in his closet, but he didn't have like FUBU. Well, Tommy Hilfiger is known to be racist.
Yeah.
So it was just like he made a lot of references towards that.
Let me just say this real quick. I don't think that Drake acts unnecessarily black.
No, I don't think he acts unnecessarily black, but he uses the culture at his advantage.
I don't think so. I think Drake is a dude with a white mom and a black dad. So I think he still is familiar with black culture to some degree, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying like he's from, Atlanta or some shit. All I'm saying is, but like to say like bro is completely blind to black culture, it's like I don't know. I never got that vibe from him.
I wouldn't say he's blind to black culture. I think he uses it to his benefit. I don't think he.
In what way?
Like,
because I don't get that vibe at all.
Like, you know how like, for example, Kendrick talks about and J. Cole, they talk about like, pro-black shit, like shit like that.
And that's them.
I know, but this is where people are getting. Well, I don't know people, but this is a point of emphasis. Drake, he raps and sings about the black culture, but he doesn't stand up for the black culture. You don't hear him like he doesn't have to be political. But this is one of those things where, like, when things are going on in the world, you don't see him post about any of this shit. You don't see him say anything about anything, and he doesn't have to say much. But he doesn't say anything. So it's like one of those things that, like, it's just like, that's why people have a problem with Michael Jordan. It's literally the same thing. And it doesn't even have to be on a political standpoint. It's just black people in general. Michael Jordan said nothing, and black people don't like him.
I really don't think Drake.
They toss it to the white people.
I don't think Drake makes music about anything black enough to where he would even be inclined to speak about anything that's black, whether that be political or not.
I don't know about that one.
What is he talking about? I don't get it. And again, this whole thing started. This is like I said. I think Kendrick is up 1-0.
I say
on this nigga. Okay, but like some of the shit that we talk about with Drake, I'm just being real. I'm like, I don't really get it. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like the whole black thing, everyone's like white boy, whatever. Okay, like I just don't see the nigga ever acting unnecessarily black. Personally, I've never seen it really to where I'm like, oh, this nigga's acting way too black, like blacker than what he is. I'm just like, he just acts like a light skinned nigga. It is corny. It's coming from a light skinned nigga, by the way, who's corny. But
you just black. You're not even white. You just light skinned.
I got you. I'm still saying, but like he's still, you know, in terms of complexion. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying.
Like, put this way, this is a perfect example. Imagine Shelton saying nigga. He's white and black.
Yeah, he can say nigga.
But him looking at him and him saying it, I'd be like, the hell? I'd be confused. It don't sound right.
It wouldn't sound right because your brother's not like that.
No.
But if your brother was like that off rip and he carried that type of aura to where he's been saying that for years, it wouldn't even mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
But if he's just randomly start saying nigga now, you'd be like, the fuck?
But when I look at him and then I look at Drake, I kind of see similarities as far as like the way that they act. Like they kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it. But when I look at them, I'm like, yo, him saying nigga and him saying nigga ain't really
comparing Drake to your 21-year-old ass brother.
Hey, just as far as look, the way that like they move around, the way they do certain things, yeah. So I'd be like, Drake maybe he shouldn't say nigga. Maybe he might be better off not saying the shit and just singing about the shit. And, you know, just get that out your vocabulary. It might sit better. I'm not saying I have a problem with it because, like I said, I've been listening to the niggas since 7th grade.
I've never heard Drake say nigga and I think, ugh. So, like when Kendrick said some shit is just cringe. But also, Kendrick comes from a whole different
side of the world.
Yeah, a whole different background in me. Also, on top of that, I am a light skinned nigga as well. So it's like I don't really have a
like imagine being from Compton and you got a light skinned nigga that's not from here saying nigga. You gonna be like, what y'all like this? So it's just like his black. I don't know if there's a such thing as black, like too black or like shit like that. But I think Kendrick is from the part of the country where niggas is just really black.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you from Compton, there's a difference between black people from Compton and black people from I don't know Tampa or Orlando.
Yeah, he comes from a very black area, so I get that.
Very pro black.
You know, I'm a Kendrick fan through and through, bro. So it's not like I'm not giving him credit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I understand where he comes from.
He views it. I think he views using the word, the culture a little different.
Drake views.
So I think that plays a role in why he's saying what he's saying. Rick Ross just trying to be funny. He's just funny. But Kendrick, I think he's making a point of emphasis. Like,
because let's be real, if niggas really had a problem with Drake saying the N-word,
they would have been said something about it.
This nigga's been in the game for fucking 10, 15 years now. Now all of a sudden we want to make an uproar about him being half black and half white and saying the N-word. This nigga's been doing this for 15 years.
I think it's a little mix of both. I think he's clowning too, just like how Ross was clowning. I think he's using it to clown.
So it's just a funny thing. So for all we know, Kendrick may not even actually feel a way about that. He could be using it to feed off of it. These are just like cheap shots that it's like niggas will laugh at it. It's funny. Just like, has anyone ever really given a fuck about Kendrick being short?
No.
I never really thought too much about it. And then Drake brings it up. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, the nigga's 5'5" or whatever.
I think since Ross started it, I think you got to go with it and just keep going because it's one of those things where, like, if you're Kendrick, you don't have the public on your side like that, like the mainstream audience. So the way to get them on your side is run with something that's catchy, like white boy, or like you're not like we don't want to hear you say nigga no more, which is what Ross said. Like things like that, you run with it, you throw it in there because it keeps people like engaged.
Yeah.
So I think he's playing with it. I don't think he might not actually feel that way, but I think he's playing with it just to keep it to where people on the actual mainstream fan base can like be like, oh, Ross said that. And then people start running with it and saying it. Like, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more. Like shit like that.
You want to hear another diss record from Ross?
Yeah, not really. Like I wouldn't be opposed, but if he doesn't drop one, I won't be mad.
Now, that Kendrick drop, how many days you think Drake? Not even how many days you think he's going to take to respond. How many days you think he should wait? How quick should he respond?
In my eyes, his timetable started when he egged him on. Like even when Kendrick didn't respond, I feel like he should have been already cooking up something. Like at least something. He didn't even have to be a finished product. Yeah. Something to go off of.
Like, was that you yesterday who was saying, or was that Devin who was saying like he would have like 3 other songs. He's had like he's had like 3 other songs he already cooked up over the time that he's been waiting for.
Yeah.
Kendrick. But I'm like,
he should have an idea what he wants to say, and then from there, tweak based off what Kendrick said and be like, okay, we gonna say this.
Yeah.
He got me fucked up.
no, facts. I can see that. I mean, who knows?
But my thing is, if you got that much dirt or know that much about the nigga, you should have songs ready, just waiting. Like, all right, nigga, you said what? Boom, drop that bitch.
But it is nice when you can play off of something that they said in their song.
It is.
So that's the thing. So there's tweaking that would have to be done, which sometimes can get annoying when you got to go back to something and like tweak out this line and try to put in this line and make it all make sense and come together.
In my eyes, he got 1 week to respond. If he don't respond in a week, he lost.
Well,
no, because you egged the nigga on the draw, and then you made a whole nother song telling him, nigga, we waiting. No. Like, you got a week to drop. I don't care about none of that. You got 1 week. 1 week. You on the clock. The clock started yesterday.
oh, shit.
You got 6 days left. Actually, you got less than that, nigga. You got 5 days and 12 hours, nigga. We need something.
Corey Coleman.
What's good?
So we over here talking about, obviously, what we talking about. We were talking about who won this round. Me and Jamari both agree that it's Kendrick. Bar for bar, I do think that Kendrick got this round.
So when you say this round, you're saying this versus Taylor Made?
No, I'm saying
Euphoria
this
versus Taylor Made?
I'm saying this. Well, damn, we didn't even think about that.
But Taylor Made, I don't go bad. That shit.
Because if we're going round, it has to be, the rounds would technically be Like That versus Push-Ups, Taylor Made versus Euphoria, right?
Nah.
Well, do we really consider?
I would say Push-Ups and Taylor Made go together because Push-Ups was like a diss towards a lot of different people. He didn't just address one person. Taylor Made, he addressed one person specifically.
Hold up, let me add Farnham in this bitch, bro. Let me add Farnham in this bitch. Hold up.
Oh, the meat writer.
Yeah.
Oh, Farnham's calling
Yeah, he's calling me right now. Hold
Oh,
up.
Jesus Christ. All right.
I'm adding Farnham.
This is gonna be good.
We can debate this shit right now, bro. Yo,
Hey, let's go. Let's fucking
there he
go.
goes. This is being recorded.
Nah,
man.
I want to get somebody on the pod that wants to talk about this.
First of all, Farnham, let's make sure we're clear here because Troy was saying that it is Like That versus Push-Ups.
Push-Ups.
Taylor Made versus Euphoria.
Nah, you can't do that.
Why?
You can't do that because if you want to do push-ups versus Like That, cool, that's 1-1. But Taylor Made was not. That was not like a diss track. That was kind of just like a probe. That was like, hey, where you at? Like, drop something. You
That's
know
how
what
I
mean?
took it.
That was not a dedicated
Right.
diss track.
But because of how disrespectful it was, I consider it a diss track. Using AI voices of the people that you're compared to, like people compare
That's
Kendrick to
fine.
Pac and shit.
I understand
So like that was
that,
like
but-
that's poking the bear, being very disrespectful. So it's a diss record, in my opinion.
Yeah,
That's
but
why.
I don't.
So in order of them dropping, I consider that versus Euphoria because that was his response to all that shit. But I see what you're saying. You see it more as like Push-Ups versus Euphoria.
Yeah, but also I don't because Push-Ups was not a dedicated Kendrick diss. Euphoria was a dedicated Drake.
That's what they
diss.
said.
And listen, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this up, man. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. But Farnham, so you got Drake up one right now.
Nah, it's not.
He got it as a tie.
Bitch, yes, you
He
do.
said it's a tie.
You literally said yesterday you were dick riding him.
He said it's 1-1. He was glazing.
Troy-
Show.
what- Okay.
What wins this? What wins this? Like when is there finality? When is
I
it like,
think
oh
that
shit,
the
he
battle,
won?
like to me, Drake versus Kendrick Lamar has officially like
Begun.
started with the Euphoria diss. Yes, Drake called him out. If you
Yeah.
want to compare Push-Ups
yeah.
to Euphoria, that's fine. But here's
He's
what's
not
going to happen
wrong.
is Drake's going to drop a response to Euphoria, and people are going to compare those two.
I mean, yeah,
Right.
'cause
It's
one's
always like
just a
the
full
last
diss.
at bat. It's like
Yes.
No matter what, it's gonna be that way.
I think in a
Fact.
public opinion, and for me personally right now, Drake is up in general just because it took Kendrick so long to respond to such disrespectful shit.
Okay,
I
Troy.
don't think that's why. I think it's just because it's Drake. You know, I don't think it's the time that has like the public opinion saying, "Oh, Drake won." I think it's just because it's Drake, and he puts out like more enticing diss records.
Yeah, I mean, he's stepping with a size 7 man's on. So.
All right, well, I'm gonna do a hard cut off. Y'all boys, y'all niggas say
Got
peace
an
out,
OVO
man.
owl in the house.
I'm gonna talk with y'all boys. All right,
Fuck with
All right,
y'all.
y'all. Love y'all,
my
man.
old
Love y'all.
owl in a tree, bro.
you.
All right, y'all.
All right, nigga, holla.
All right, hey, love y'all.
Love you too, bro.
Word.
What?
Yeah, fuck what they talk about, nigga. Kendrick up 1. I don't give a fuck. Kendrick up 1. That nigga Drake got 7 days to respond. If I don't see a response within 7 days, you lost, my boy. It's over. You lost. I'm sorry. I love Drake, but you lost if you don't respond in 7 days.
Nah, I feel you. Oh, yeah, I think.
From a lyrical standpoint, Kendrick killed that nigga.
Yeah.
From a replay value, they both have a different type of replay value. Push-Ups has the replay value because the song is dope, but Kendrick has the replay value because of the lyrics. The actual overall sound of the song, Drake's song sounds better as far as like from a cadence standpoint. He has the melodies, like, you know, and he has public perception on his side. But Kendrick is definitely up. Lyrically, we could break this shit down and go into it if you wanted to. But nigga, there's so much that I still been trying to get. But
that's all. I feel like that's a whole nother fucking episode of just going like bar. That's like a stream. Nigga.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's like a live stream, just going through, hey, pulling up shit, nigga, being like, oh shit.
Because bro, it's just so much intricate shit that was said, and like I didn't really quite feel like I needed to do that with Drake shit. Because Drake doesn't rap like that anyway.
He didn't say nothing that you had to be like, damn, what this nigga said?
Yeah.
The last time he did that was on 8 a.m. in Charlotte. When you was like,
8
a.m. in Charlotte, he did shit like that, but it wasn't to the level of this. But you had to be like, damn, what he said? And you was like, oh shit, Drake said that? I didn't even know that.
Not facts. Either way, he did his thing.
I'm glad Cole got out when he got out.
Oh yeah, not facts.
It would have been nice to hear from him, but there was no real beef there.
No, he wouldn't have been able to have a hand in this fight.
No, it would have just been him. I don't even know what he would have said about him. He would have had to get disrespectful for no reason.
Yeah, and clearly
he didn't want to do that.
Seeing how this is playing out, I will say I am glad that J. Cole did step out of this.
Yeah,
I know. A lot of people call him a bitch. I know Lex. If you're watching this, Lex called him a bitch. Terrence called him a bitch.
That's crazy.
But if I'm being real, I feel like that was probably best for him to step out of this because I just don't really see him.
I mean, because what, you gonna get disrespectful with someone you call your friend?
Even the diss that he did drop seems as if he was like
playing. He was like,
I don't want to take it there. I'm like trying to be like a dick, but like
he don't want it.
Tough for me.
It's like someone trying to make you mad. Essentially, he didn't necessarily want someone to change the way he feels. Like he didn't want them to mess with his emotions. Like he's not that type of person. He's more that laid back. I'm chilling. He's a nice guy. He's all about peace. So like for him, it's just like, y'all got it, bro. I'm cool.
Facts.
I'm good. Let me take my shit down. And he took it all down, and that's that. And he'll still rap about, hey nigga, if you diss him, he gonna diss you back type shit. He's still gonna rap about it. Cause I feel like if someone really disrespected him, that wasn't like one of them, he would go at him. He would say a couple jabs and he would leave it like that. Like he's not gonna say too much. Kind of like how he did Wale. That was like a friendly, I ain't gonna call it a diss, but he like kind of like, I mean, I guess word you could use this. He dissed Wale, but then that same night or whatever, he dropped it. He was at the fucking basketball game courtside with the nigga. So I mean, he can do it. It's just he has to feel it. Yeah, he has to feel it and be like, okay.
It would just have to be if he's the type of guy who could. It just has to be on some friendly shit, or it's like literally like I just rap better than you. You know what I'm saying? It can't be on some like low blow, like your shit's trash.
His is
like,
on some like lecture type of shit. That's the type of dissing he doing.
Yeah, it can't be on some like talking about a nigga's wife or some shit like that.
Like, bro, we talking about the nigga that made he not. The nigga too nice for that.
No facts.
Kendrick, I don't know. But Drake, hey, it's gonna be nice. I need a response 7 days.
7 days, man.
7 days. Nigga, Whack 100 said Drake won that.
What? Why the fuck would I care about what Whack 100 says?
Hey, that nigga said Drake. He said Kendrick just repeated everything that Pusha T said. Like was repeating shit that Pusha T said. And it's like, nigga, no.
He said that Kendrick said is repeating everything that Pusha T said. I need to go back and listen to Pusha T's diss again. Because I really fucked with the story I added on back then. I remember. I was like, this is a good diss. Like,
it's fire.
Yeah, Pusha T. We know that Pusha T won that.
Pusha T obliterated that nigga with that song. That song itself, if you take away the sun part, is fire.
Yeah.
Still. Like, he still made that nigga look like, damn. This nigga, like, he out-rapped him. But as far as just, like, someone could say that, oh, well, he copied this. Nigga, the DMX reference was fire, too. But people, that should go over is like, oh, that's the shit I want to talk about. This nigga academics, bruh. This is why I stopped watching this nigga yesterday. This nigga said, he kept bringing up the fact that Kendrick said, I'm your biggest hater. It kept saying that he was like, I hate the way that you talk, the way that you walk. I hate the way that you dress. And like, Ack was like making the point. He said, This nigga Kendrick said he his biggest hater. He's a hater. Like trying to say like, yo, like this nigga's a hater. Like how does he win it? Like how are people like, oh, this is cool to be a hater now? Like
You're supposed to fucking have some type of hate for the nigga that you're
But he was taking the word hater literal. Like nigga, I don't like you for no. I like you for no. I hate you for no reason. Like it's a, like you know how you see somebody be like, I don't like that nigga. Yeah. Nah, but. This he's taking it that literal versus you just being like, nigga, I hate you, so I'm your biggest hater because I hate you, and I'm gonna name the things that I hate about you. People that are haters can't name anything they hate about you.
Academics is wrong.
Nigga was a bro. Literally, I was like, bro, what the fuck is you talking about? He say he don't like the way that he walk, he don't like the way that he talk, and he hate the way that the nigga dress.
I like that line.
That nigga, that shit's hard. But DMX said that same shit.
Where?
He said that in a Breakfast Club interview about Drake.
I'm all for
That shit's fire.
the back to back. I like that record. But
You think Drake gonna come with some heat?
I think he gonna come with something.
You think he'll ether him to where he just don't respond?
I hope not. I really hope Kendrick. But the thing is, I don't know how much. I don't know if Kendrick gives a fuck about this enough to keep responding. I'm being real, bro.
You don't think he cares?
I don't know if he gives a fuck about this enough to respond. Like you heard him saying, like niggas like.
I think he knows that he
like,
can't rap
niggas
with
think
him.
I'm like looking up, like digging up dirt. He's like, nigga, I'm. With
I
my
got
family.
kids.
Yeah, bro. He's like, I'm taking care
chilling.
of my kids. Like I don't give a fuck. Like that. I feel like that's the angle he's gonna go. Like so, I can't really see this nigga going song for song with Drake. I don't know, bro. I think Drake's going to respond again. That's definitely gonna happen. And then Kendrick's not gonna respond. And then because Drake, and I feel like Drake kind of knows that, and he's like, I'm gonna end up winning regardless because he's gonna stop.
I don't think so. What I'll say is, I don't think that Drake. I don't know. I think the way how can I say this? Kendrick's gonna respond. He's just not gonna respond when people want him to respond.
Correct.
That's what you have to realize when you waiting for a track back from him.
I wasn't even expecting him to respond right now.
But I'm saying people can't expect him not to respond because he's gonna respond. It's Kendrick Lamar. That's what he does. It's just not gonna be on a timetable in which you want it. And he specifically said that based off the line you just said. Like, I'm not out here looking up shit, nigga. I got kids. Like, he's living real life. So, nigga, when I get to it, I'll respond. But in the meantime, nigga, I'm doing what I gotta do. And when I get to it, nigga, he gonna get his. Gosh. Like, he's not worried about it enough for me to be sitting on there. Oh shit, Drake said this. Let me get up in the studio. Like, that's not his. Especially if he's working on an album, nigga. A diss track is the last thing he worried about. He's trying to make another classic. That's his whole goal. So, to not respond is crazy. He's always gonna respond because think about it. When him and Big Sean was going back and forth, nigga, he responded every time. It just was on his own timetable.
Speaking of that, I forgot to fucking ask Troy about this whole Joe Budden thing you were talking about.
Oh, Joe Budden and
yeah.
I mean, Drake stopped responding.
You said that.
Drake stopped responding to Joe Budden. Really? Because Joe dropped 2 songs. He dropped one. I don't remember if Drake responded after that first one, but I know he definitely didn't respond in the second one. After the second one, he just stopped responding. And I feel like I know why. I don't think it's because he didn't know what to say. I think he stopped responding because he was like, well, nigga, Joe Budden is a nobody. But, bro, this is why Drake don't like Joe Budden. This is why they every time, like, he disses Joe Budden all the time. You ain't noticed that?
Yeah, I mean, I know he does. I just typed in the group chat, I said, Jamari says that Drake lost the battle to Joe Budden years ago. Can y'all refresh my memory? Because I don't know shit about that. And then Farm said, LMAO, no. Yeah, I'm lost, bro. I don't know about that.
I say he won because he stopped responding, but he'll drop like sneak disses now because Joe Budden mentions his name. But that's why Joe's so nice. That's why he like, yo, I want to see blood. Like, I want to see him bleed.
I know. Listen, I already know Joe Budden has like a hatred or dislike for Drake on a serious level, but it doesn't matter. Drake is not about to address Joe Budden as far as a whole diss track. He'll write those like that long ass comedy he did. That's about as good as you're gonna get. Maybe like a line or two.
Yeah,
in the
but
song.
I say he'll make bars. Like I think Charged Up he mentioned. Because like I said, it was around the same time Meek Mill.
Yeah, but if Joe Budden goes in the booth today or fucking 10 years ago and made a song, dissed at Drake.
I mean, the shit wasn't bad.
Anyone can make like, is Drake gonna respond to a fucking diss from goddamn? Who can I think of? I don't know. Fucking DaBaby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Joe Budden's different. This is a little different. DaBaby, I don't know. Joe's one of the. He's a great rapper. That's what I'll say. He's not a great song maker. He's a great rapper.
That's cool and all. It doesn't matter. It's all still about how do people view you.
Not to mention, he has the biggest podcast as far as
now.
hip-hop.
Yes,
he has the biggest hip hop podcast in the world.
People view him on that level, but not on.
No, because he has one hit, but that one hit is bigger than a lot of people's songs, bro.
I got you, but not. He doesn't have a big enough catalog.
No, he don't.
To where the fuck Drake
he don't got a catalog,
up.
but he got that one song that you like. Damn,
pump it up.
I wonder how many plays. I wonder how many plays that shit actually has. I'm curious how much plays Pump It Up actually have.
I'm not.
Pump it up.
I'm not.
That song fire, low key. That song still fire, boy. Maybe you want to be in that bit like this. That's like that You Got Served shit. They play that song on there.
This is unnecessarily
Pump it up.
ridiculous. All right, man. Let's just fucking.
So let's just set the record straight. You got who up?
I got Kendrick up.
And then how many days he got to respond?
I got Drake needs to respond by Monday.
So he got a week just like me. Nigga got 1 week. The clock started. We will be back here to check in. Kendrick Lamar up 1. I'm sorry, Drake. But we gonna keep it at that. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with you. I'll holla at you. Follow me at Sincere Poppy. Follow the podcast at It Couldn't Be Me Network. Follow Leroy at
Roy Motives.
And just like that, we gone.